It's Thursday, so that means it's conference day. But first, we're gonna get an upper body lift in. We got our chest, shoulders, and back workout done. And now you might be wondering, what the heck is conference? It doesn't matter what specialty you go into, just about every residency program is going to have a weekly conference for the residents, and that is just to have kind of a normalized curriculum, make sure that everybody gets the same amount of information, because everyone is rotating through different services and are not all together for the entirety of their residency. Everyone's kind of off on their own rotations doing different things. And so conference is a way to get everyone together and give some more standardized lectures over pertinent material. So that's what we have every Thursday at my program. And that runs from about 7:30 in the morning until 1 p.m. So I'm just getting home. It's 6:15. So I'm gonna shower up and then go pick up one of my co-residents to go to conference. We are unexpectedly back at home. Conference was really good. Especially because it was the last conference of the academic year. So our program director provided us with donuts, which was super nice. We had a couple of lectures. Conference always includes recess, which is going over a few cases from the last week that have some very important learning points. And then we had small groups and went through a couple different simulations and other just small lectures and conversations. And then we got lunch and went to a med student social. So even though we are just starting residency, the med students that are now coming into their fourth year are starting away rotations. And we are hosting some med students this month. So we had drinks at a bar and got to know a few of them a little better. And we were supposed to be going to a softball game of residents versus faculty and outgoing residents. But as you can see, it is raining and has been all day. So the softball game has been canceled, but we have a picnic later. This is my last weekend before residency officially starts, and so our program was so gracious as to give us a 3-day weekend. It's Friday, so we actually went out of town and are at a wedding, hence the suit. But we're gonna hang out and enjoy the weekend and catch up on Monday with the last of our orientation before we get started on Tuesday.
We had
Monday, we had an EKG lecture, now we're doing group photo on the helipad, and then we've got an ortho lecture later.
I loved ortho and I was always going to do that, I just didn't want to live in it.
After work, we got home and mowed the lawn. It's done, but it also just started raining. So Marin is making dinner and we're gonna go have that and put Odin to bed. I was out late last night with some co-residents, so I did not get up to go to the gym this morning. So I've got some non-stim pre-workout here. It's 7:30. We're gonna hit a leg day. This whole month is gonna be kind of weird for workouts because I'm working evening shifts while I'm on the ortho service. And I have my first day of residency and actually doing clinical duties tomorrow. And my shift is from 4 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., which means getting up at 4 or 5 to work out just isn't really smart as far as a health standpoint. And then I'm also going to be taking care of Odin during the time that I'm at home in the morning so that Marin can go into the office. So my time alone is going to be limited, and we'll kind of have to just like go by feel and take each day as it comes as far as planning workouts. But we're going to squat, we're going to do some reverse lunges, hip thrusts, and Romanian deadlifts, and then maybe some core and hit the sauna for tonight's session. All I have to say after that one is, sheesh. That was 45 minutes of legs, 10 minutes in the steam room, and 580 some odd calories. So I'm gonna go home, shower, and study a little bit. I just got home and I pulled up and I was like, what is that on my sidewalk? And you gotta check this out. This is the nastiest group of ants I've ever seen. I have too much other stuff that I want to get done tonight, so I'm gonna let them have 12 hours till the morning, but then they are dead.
Oh my God, there's more.
I'm showered up and in bed, and I brought work to bed. And I typically wouldn't do that because, you know, all the studies say the bedroom should not be where you do your work, yada, yada. But we have extenuating circumstances, and that's that Marin has been waiting for me to get back from my workout to watch Love Island. So I'm gonna do a little work while we watch Love Island, and I'll explain that work in the morning. We're back down where the work usually happens, at the desk. During med school, I feel like I fell victim to resource overload a lot. Like, we were given access to so many different resources, and I didn't really know which one worked best for me, and just like tried them all and really never completed anything. So I'm trying not to do that in residency. Our program has given us access to a few very good tools, but I think that they all have their own unique applications. And so my game plan to start with is to use the MRAP study guide, which lays out the first year of residency, second year and third year. But I'm going to change the timeline of it so that it matches up better with the curriculum of my program and the rotation that I'm currently on. But I'm going to do 5 Rosh review questions every day related to the rotation I'm on, and then 5 AMBOSS questions every day to study for COMLEX level 3. And then I'm doing some reading through Corpendium, which is one of the MRAP resources, and then listening to their podcasts and videos covering similar content. And then I have a copy of Tintinalli's coming, and that will be my main resource to look up things that I saw off after a shift and, you know, want to understand more about. But I'm going to try and limit it to just those couple of resources. We have like ECG Weekly, which will be nice to review EKGs every week, but I'm not going to overload myself with Anki or a bunch of other, you know, random resources from the internet. So that's the study plan as of now. And today is Tuesday, July 1st, which means that it is the first official clinical day of residency. So today is like day 1 physician resident, and I don't work until the evening. So I have an eye appointment for Odin. He's just getting a checkup as a premature baby. He's kind of at risk of some vision issues, so we're just having a routine checkup. And then I'm going to be hanging out for the day, trying to get some things done around the house before my shift starts at 4. Odin's eye appointment went well. His vision is improving, so we're looking at probably no glasses for the premature little guy. He decided he didn't want to take a nap or eat, so he just hung out in his crib for like an hour while I worked on some stuff, and now we're having lunch. We got settled in here for the first shift. So on the ortho service, I'm just responsible for any consults to the emergency department from the orthopedic service. So I'm gonna actually just go walk through the ED and see what's going on down there. But looking at the track board, it didn't really look like we had any big orthopedic complaints that will be consulted to us. But I'm just gonna go show my face and see what's going on, and then probably work on some other stuff if we don't have anything to work on. I did my lap of the ED and introduced myself to everyone so they knew that I'm here doing ortho stuff. And then there was nothing going on, so I came back up and worked on creating some smart phrases and things in Epic and our dictation software so that I can document efficiently. But one of the residents that's down there just asked if I would come do some sutures for her. So I'm gonna pick up a couple spare procedures while I'm not really doing anything. I successfully threw in some sutures, and the attending overseeing this patient said that looked pretty. So that was a win for my first procedure of residency. It's now 6:50, and I brought some cottage cheese berries with some pepper for dinner. So I'm going to snack on that. So I broke the number one rule of the hospital of saying that I really didn't have much to do. And I got one page after dinner, and then another page and another page. And my shift ended at 11:30. I'm now walking out of the hospital at 2:13. So I'm gonna go home, probably just go straight to bed, sleep for a few hours, and then get opened up. And we've got something fun going on tomorrow.
Good morning. Wow, who turned the sun on?
So I mentioned there would be something fun when I was leaving the hospital last night, and I didn't record any of it, but I just got off recording a podcast because one of you narcs told my school about my Notion page and my YouTube channel. So they wanted to learn more about it and disseminate it as a resource to the second years that are getting ready for boards. So just finished that up. Now I'm gonna study a little bit and hang out with Marin and dog while Odin naps. Today deserves a special lunch because it is actually our 3rd anniversary. Just finished up shift number 2. It's now 11:37, so got out kind of on time today. We again just had probably like 5 consults in the ED. There's a number of patients waiting for reductions, but they're not going to happen for a while yet. So I'm taking off, got all my notes cleaned up. So that has been 2 days as an intern in emergency medicine on the ortho service. And we're gonna sign off and catch you in the next one.